The personality trait that makes me right for this job is I am a leader. I have always led from the front. From the time I was young, entering into the Marine Corps and coming out as a staff sergeant, I have worked with diplomatic agencies across the globe. After that, entering into the New York City Police Department, which is the largest police department worldwide, I then led other people, not only in my community, but also in the police department, and completing many, many big tasks. On top of that, I then became a small business owner, which has been the most amazing thing to me because it has taught me how to be successful. It has taught me discipline. It has taught me a variety of traits that I am going to bring to the table here to City Council. After being a business owner for several years, I then had the opportunity to raise my hand once again. So here I am wanting to be your representative for Temecula City Council District 2, where I know I'm going to lead from the front because I have the support of all of you in Temecula. This is very important to me, and I'll tell you why. Because we used to live in Fallbrook many years ago, and my husband at the time was commuting back and forth to Camp Pendleton. However, I also was commuting back and forth to Temecula with my children. My children went to school out here. I worked out here. We played and went to the parks out here. We went to Costco. Everything, our entire lives were out here. The only difference was we lived in Fallbrook. So for us, after we ended up moving out of California and moving back several years ago, we knew exactly where we wanted to be. We wanted a safe environment for our kids. We wanted to have amazing schools. We wanted to have those great neighbors that we know. And so we handpicked Temecula because this is exactly what we've always wanted. So for me, I want to be able to maintain that. I want to be able to grow that. And I want to be able to do that all with your help, the citizens of Temecula. And I plan to do that. Well, it's very interesting because most of us have moved here because of safety. And that is actually one of my primary goals here is public safety. The Riverside Sheriff Association endorsed me because they know that I can stand up and support them, ensuring that they have the equipment, the time, and the ability to do what they need to do to ensure that you, myself, and every other family here in Temecula is safe. So that is my primary goal. I am all about funding the police. I don't really know where my opponent is, but I know where I stand, and I stand for Temecula and our safety. Next, I plan to work with the small businesses. Being a small business owner of Soul Naturals, I find it really important to make sure that in this time of turmoil and chaos, that we have stability. I plan to work with small businesses to make them not only thrive within this community. I want to be able to work with them in finding out what they need, not just what I need, but they have the power in them in understanding what their company needs to do to be able to thrive. My third area is quality of life. Everybody loves Temecula. We come here because it's beautiful. We come here because it's safe. Our streets are nice and clean. I want to be able to maintain that. I've been in cities like New York City that are areas that I would never want to even walk around with my child, let alone walk around with myself. We moved here because I wanted to come to a beautiful area. I wanted to come to a beautiful area. I wanted to have an area where I can go on a balloon ride. I can go to a winery. I can go to the park with my kids and know that I'm in a safe environment. And I plan to continue to preserve and protect the traditions that Temecula has set forth since the beginning, since we have started as a city. Well, as we know, there are so many issues going on currently. We're dealing with COVID, we're dealing with schools closing. However, we need to look down further ahead 4 years from now. And that being said, some of the biggest temptations right now is to raise taxes. And that's not only here in our city, but realistically looking statewide. But I want to ensure to the people of Temecula that when I get into city council, that I will be a good steward of the money that comes in, that I do not want to raise taxes. There are more effective ways in order to be able to bring revenue into Temecula rather than taking out of the pockets of the hardworking people of Temecula. I want to utilize what we have and make good of the use of the money that we already have. So how do we do that? Temecula is an attractive city, and we want to continue to make it that. So if we bring in more businesses and fill the spots of what is empty right now, we are going to thrive here in Temecula. We are going to be the shining light in the valley that everybody wants to be a part of. Raising taxes is not the answer. We have a great revenue that comes from tourism. 66% of our money here in the city comes from tourism. People love Temecula. People want to be here in Temecula because it's so beautiful. We have wonderful wineries, we have great restaurants, and we have incredible hotels. We want people to come in and spend their money here in Temecula and enjoy their time. And the only way to do that is to continue to build up slowly but grow strong as we develop our businesses. We want to be vibrant, we want to be attractive, and we want to be everything that Temecula wants to be and more. And so for me, taxes and economic development are going to be my two biggest areas that I am going to ensure that we strengthen and continue to work towards every single year that I am in City Council.